Hey everyone, it's Sarah Obscura, and this is not a tarot stream. This is actually a tarot pick-a-card video. So how it works is you pick a pile, one of these 4 piles, and you watch the reading that I do from that pile. I have actually never done this before, but I had this really strong feeling that I should try doing this. So here we are. This is my very first pick a card video. So I would greatly appreciate it if you would comment below and let me know what your thoughts are, what pile that you chose, how you felt about it, and yeah, let me know. Let me know in the comments. All right, everyone. All right, so let's take a look at these. Okay, so as you can see, we have pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. I am working with different oracle cards. I'm also going to be working with tarot cards as well. So I want you to take a moment, clear your mind, and really listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition for which pile resonates with you. Which pile do you feel is calling out to you? Okay? And while you're doing that, I am going to get started with my singing bowl. If any of you watch my tarot streams on my Twitch channel, I always start the very first reading with my lovely singing bowl. This is actually from Nepal. I just love the energy that it creates. It's very soothing, it's very cleansing. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, I hope you have figured out which pile you want to choose, because we are going to get started with pile number 1, all right? Okay, so if you picked pile number 1, this is with the citron stone. That's what kind of stone this is. Very lovely, very lovely. Before we get into these cards, however, I want to take a moment to bring out my tarot cards first. So give me a moment to get some tarot cards pulled for group number 1, all right? Okay, so I just finished shuffling the cards. All right, let's see what we've got for group number 1. Okay, Page of Cups, the Emperor reversed. Oh, 8 of Swords reversed, and the Fool reversed. Okay. We've got 7 of Cups. A lot of reversed cards. Oh my gosh. 4 of Swords, the Sun, and Knight of Wands. Okay. Okay, let me see here. So we've got Page of Cups. Page of Cups next to the Emperor reversed. Okay, I'm picking some stuff up here. some of you may have started a relationship with someone. Maybe it could be a romantic relationship. It could also be a partnership, like a business partnership, or some kind of relationship with somebody. But you kind of realize that this person is not very good for you. And you're getting this nagging feeling that you need to break free. You need to break free from this. From the Emperor reversed. The Emperor reversed is someone who abuses their power, someone who can be very dominating, and, you know, just not very receptive towards how other people are feeling or what they're experiencing. Very, very self-centered. Yeah, just basically like kind of like just on this ambitious rampage, and will just like steamroll over whoever's in their way. So this might sound familiar if you might have someone already coming to mind as I'm mentioning this. But yeah, you very strongly feel the need to break free from this. But there is a hesitation. The Fool reverse shows that there's this hesitation. You're a little bit scared what will happen if you do get yourself out of this, or try to. But the Seven of Cups reversed, is saying to take that opportunity to break away, to break free from this. It is encouraging you that, yes, you know in your heart that this is the right thing to do, that this is what you need to do for yourself, you know, in your best interest. This decision is in your best interest. So don't be afraid. All right, you will be fine. This is, yeah, if you feeling that this is something that's just not working, it's not going very well, then yeah, get out of whatever it is. Okay. Next we've got Four of Swords reversed. This is a huge warning to give yourself a break. Okay, you need to spend more time on yourself. If you have been pouring so much energy into this person that's not good for you, then yeah, you need to take a step back and you need to give yourself the time and energy that you need. You need to restore yourself mentally, emotionally, physically. Do what you gotta do, because if you don't give yourself that time, you might end up crashing. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to crash. So yeah, give yourself that time and space to heal. We've also got the Sun. The Sun is a very good sign here, actually. By getting the rest that you need and, you know, separating away from this person that's had such a negative influence on you, you will start to shine. You will start to feel like your true, authentic self again. You will be just, you know, totally in your element. You're gonna feel like yourself, and you're just gonna be able to keep moving forward with confidence, which is what the Knight of Wands is also saying. You're gonna be very confident, and you know, you're not gonna be questioning yourself anymore. You're just, it's like the clouds. It's like the clouds have parted, and you can see everything clearly now. Like, yeah. Wow. So yeah, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid about making this decision. You kind of already know that this is what you need to do, so go through with it. You know, of course, in the best way possible, in the least destructive way possible, please. But yes, you know what to do. You know what to do, so do what you gotta do. You will be fine, okay? So let's get into the Oracle cards. I'm gonna go with the Dark Mirror Oracle card first, because that one tends to get really on the heavy side. I took one Dark Mirror Oracle card for each pile, and this is just to kind of signify what's like an underlying issue that's kind of holding you back or causing problems. You know, something that you can deal with to get yourself through the month of February. So for this card, we have Today for Tomorrow, which is like, oh my gosh, this really fits with this whole reading. Today for Tomorrow is kind of talking about just kind of like getting by and constantly getting by and tolerating things just to get by, and nothing ever really changes, you know, today for tomorrow. Let me read through what it says for this card. Okay. Hope is in the present. It's the brick we use to build the future on. It may seem like a trade-off to sacrifice the present in order to secure a better future. That's what ants do. Or to sacrifice the future to enjoy a better present. Cicadas do this. Either choice holds a bitter taste. It's like watching a child play. Shouldn't she study? And if she were studying, wouldn't she regret not playing more? You meet a person you are attracted to. Do you go past and let it stay in the fantasy? Or do you make a move and follow it through to the ephemeral ending? The endless choice between regret and remorse. What if, for once, we turn our back to the dark? We do the unexpected and we shred it like a used dress. We can walk by the sea as no one is around, and we skinny dip out of our worries. The present and the future are one single integrated connection. There is no choice because the road is only one. What we are today and what we are tomorrow may be different, but it is the same person. So a lot of this has to do with choices and waiting. So we have this contrast of sacrificing the present for a better future, you know, or sacrificing the future to enjoy a better present. So either way, in this situation, a sacrifice has to be made, and you need to decide what is better for you. Is it better to stay with this person, with this situation, because that's all that you know right now, and even if it's not the best situation, it has some sort of safety because you know what to expect? Or is it better to leave this behind so that you can move on to a different future, to a different path, to a brighter day, a brighter future? Whew, okay. Yeah, like I feel from the energy from this card, it's a lot of waiting and hesitating and questioning. This is pretty much pointing it out that, yeah, you need to make a choice. Whatever choice you decide to make, you are going to be sacrificing something. So you need to decide what is it that you should be sacrificing. Okay, but I think at this point you kind of already know what you need to do. Okay, all right, so I'm gonna pull some other oracle cards from the pile. Okay, so we have Shakti with the keyword being transformation. We have Nike with the keyword being ambition. Okay, and we have White Buffalo Calf Woman with the keyword being reverence. All right, so I'm gonna go through each of these. Okay, so Shakti came up reversed, so this is the alignment message, all right? Sometimes people in situations come into your life as the kind of change agents that turn your life upside down. What you thought was real and expected is challenged by someone else's perspective or behavior which you have no control over. This can be painful and deeply confusing, but the creator goddess Shakti wants to offer you her guidance. Can you see how everything that is off balance is serving you now, helping to open old wounds so they can finally heal? You know you are seeking this change, this magical metamorphosis for a better life for you and your loved ones. Right now, your alignment task is to love that part of yourself that sabotages your efforts to move forward. Love the insecure you, the one that is jealous, the one that sees not enough when the world is truly full of potential. Life loves you. The feminine aspect of the universe, the great goddess herself, all your angels, and your guides and helpers remind you that you came here as a spiritual being learning to co-create the world anew. So this situation is pushing you into a transformation, all right? It is pushing you to get out of your comfort zone and make the changes that you need to make. It's making you see things in a different light so that you can carry through your life with more wisdom, all right? Now for the next card, we have Nike. Let's see what that says. All right, so this one is upright. This one is upright. So this is the empowerment message. The Greek goddess Nike asks you to be present to the beauty and riches discovered in your life so far. You have come this distance, so what are your wins? Celebrating them is key right now to enable you to co-create even more. You live in a world where you may have felt that you were not allowed to celebrate your victories lest you be cut down for being self-centered. Perhaps you were raised in a family that discouraged you from shining in an authentic way. Shining. Here's the sun. Being successful at the game of life requires you to refuse the message that you are too much or not enough. Your biggest win is to be yourself, accepting yourself exactly as you are, releasing the idea that you are flawed in any way, and expressing yourself with authenticity. This is the true power of the victory goddess Nike expressed through you. The goddess Nike has another message to share. If you've been struggling to move to the next level of your life, working hard and putting the time and effort in, you will soon find you are finally winning. Your determination and commitment to your intentions are manifesting in your life with beautiful results. When you are winning, the world wins too. Just remember to share your bounty. Okay? So, if you feel like you can't really get by or get ahead without this person, this is telling you no. You are entirely capable of doing that. Okay? And it's encouraging you to be your authentic self. All right? Next one, we have White Buffalo Calf Woman. And this one is also upright. Okay, so remember the keyword is reverence. All right, so here is your empowerment message. Now is the time to view your world through a lens of peace, harmony, and reconciliation. The domain of the Lakota goddess, White Buffalo Calf Woman. It's time to leave the right, the wrong, good or bad, zero-sum game world behind and enter the space where you can find the sacred ground of sharing without guile and negotiating from a desire that everyone benefits. You will be so glad you did. Take a humble yet grounded approach to your life right now. Only good will come of it. The goddess White Buffalo Calf Woman supports this way of being in the world. Wow, very interesting. Okay. It's time to leave the right and the wrong, the good and the bad, zero-sum game world behind and enter the space where you can find the sacred ground of sharing without guile and negotiating from a desire that everyone benefits. So what this is also saying is that you can work towards finding a peaceful resolution. But you know, of course, you don't always have control over how the other person responds. So if you can't find a peace within, you know, this situation, you can at least find peace for yourself through leaving it all behind. So, you know, don't be negotiating your own time, your own energy. Don't be negotiating your own well-being. That's what I'm saying, because you deserve that peace. So get that for yourself. And yeah, once again, it's saying it's time to just leave it. Just leave this behind. Whether you can work something out with that person to resolve things peacefully or not, either way, it's still calling you to leave this. All right. Wow. Okay, so let's take a look at the other cards. I have my essential oil oracle cards. Okay, so we have these essential oil oracle cards. These are the last one for this pile here. All right, let's see what we got. We got Cypress with the keyword being resilience. This is supposed to be a women's blend of essential oils with the keyword being soften. And we have Spearmint with the keyword being conviction. Okay, now with these particular oracle cards, they have a trigger statement and a true statement. Okay, so the trigger statement is a statement that is tied to a negative belief that you may be holding on to, or a limiting thought pattern that you might have. And then the true statement is a statement that is aligned with your true self. And you can use these statements as an affirmation if you find it very helpful for you. Okay, so the first one, the trigger statement is I need to control. Okay, that is the trigger statement. I'm not sure if you can see it. Okay, but yes, the trigger statement is I need to control. So perhaps you are very stressed out because you can't really control everything in this situation, and you're doing your best to make things work, and it's just not going. So the true statement here is I surrender. Understand that you can't fully control the situation, but you can control how you respond. All right. Okay, so the bottom of the bottom part of the card says, allow yourself to relax with the currents of life. These changes will take you even closer to where you are meant to be. All right. So if things feel kind of chaotic, if you, like I said, you know, you might be feeling really scared with this change, with this choice that you got to make. It is saying to just let go and just surrender. Okay, do what you need to do. Okay, and understand that this is actually going to be putting you on a better path. Like I said, okay, you're going to be shining, being your true self, being confident. Okay. All right, now the next card. So the keyword here is soften. The trigger statement is I take control. Wow, we have two cards here talking about wanting to be in control. Dang, that's crazy. Okay, so yeah, the trigger statement is I take control. The true statement is I am compassionate. Okay, the true statement is I am compassionate. The part at the bottom of the card says, take a moment and allow yourself to see things from your heart center. From that place, allow your intuition to guide you. So once again, telling you to listen to your intuition. But not only that, also make sure you're coming from a place of compassion. Compassion for yourself, compassion for everyone involved, okay? There may be a lot of hurt feelings from this situation, but it's best not to cling on to bitterness. You have every right to be angry if that is how you feel. You have every right to be sad if that is how you feel. but do not let it turn into bitterness and let it linger. If you feel bitter, that's also okay too, but don't let it stay, okay? Don't let it stay. You have to let it go, okay? You want to be full of compassion, because the energy that you're giving out into the universe is what's going to be coming back to you. All right. So if you leave this situation and you know, sort through your emotions, sort through your feelings, but bring yourself back to a higher frequency, then you're going to be able to attract more and more good things into your life. Okay. All right. Now for the next one, with the keyword being conviction, okay? The trigger statement is, no one listens to me. The trigger statement is, no one listens to me. Perhaps you've been feeling like no one has really been understanding how you feel. Maybe specifically this person that you are kind of tied to in a way, whether it's a friendship, partnership, business-wise, or intimate relationship, or family, whatever kind of relationship it is. But you might feel like this person is just not listening to you, not really trying to understand you. The true statement on this card here is, my voice is heard. Okay? My voice is heard. And I really feel that you need to say that to yourself as an affirmation, okay? My voice is heard. Now the part at the bottom says, stand strong and communicate your message. The world is ready to receive what you have to share. Okay? Oh my gosh. Okay, so if you feel like, if you're feeling really unsure about yourself and about where you stand, and maybe you're questioning, you know, oh, is this really the right thing I need to do? Like, oh, are people really going to listen to me? This is saying that yes, you need to communicate. You need to, you know, let people know how you really feel. You know, share what your experience is. All right. Wow. Oh, one more thing. I actually forgot to check the bottom of the deck for the tarot portion of the reading. But we've got Ace of Swords upright, okay? So what I see here is a fresh start, a new way of thinking, a new way of seeing things. Your mind is going to be so clear, so clear. And yeah, you're just going to have a new sense of self-confidence, a new sense of being. You're just going to carry yourself more authentically, more you. All right. Wow, this was really awesome. Okay, so group number 1, please comment below if you picked this one, and let me know how does this resonate with you? What's been going on? Does it relate a lot to this reading? Yeah, let me know in the comments. And thank you so much. By the way, if you feel that this has helped you a lot, definitely share this video with your friends, share it on social media. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, we're gonna move on to group number 2. Okay, so this is for group number 2. Group number 2, you have picked this pile right here. This stone is blue obsidian, which is a very good protection stone. I really like this one. So yeah, before we get to the oracle cards, we are of course going to do a tarot reading first. So give me a moment. I'm going to get focused up for group number 2, and we'll begin the reading. All right. Okay, so I've shuffled the cards. We are going to begin the tarot portion of the reading for group number 2. All right, so let's see what we get. Here. Okay. Okay, the Hierophant reversed, 7 of Swords, Page of Cups reversed, 5 of Cups, 10 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, the Fool, and Knight of Swords reversed. Okay. Ooh. this is interesting. These two combined is a little bit concerning. Perhaps you are being a bit tempted to go against your morals for something that seems like a really good opportunity, or just something very tempting. But the thing is, you would have to compromise your own morals, what you stand for, by going through with it. It could also be someone in your life that is kind of hypocritical. It could be that as well. Or maybe you are actually being hypocritical. Maybe there's something that you need to be honest with yourself about. But either way, there's this feeling of hypocrisy, deception, manipulation, just a lot of that coming from these two cards combined. So I would definitely advise caution regarding the people that you may be working with or interacting with. Also pay close attention to yourself, hold yourself accountable. You might have temptation coming your way this month, and you need to keep an eye out for that. Page of Cups reversed. Ooh, yeah, the temptation. Again, temptation. Like you see, I'll try to bring it up closer. But in the reversed position, you see this mermaid. She's actually blindfolded. She's got a blindfold on her while she's chasing after this cup, okay? So she is kind of blinded by the appeal, of this cup. She doesn't really realize that what she's going after is actually not something that's good for her. It's maybe not what it's all cracked up to be. Okay, so yeah, again, there's definitely some temptation to do something or agree to something, because it seems like such it seems like there's such a great reward or benefit from doing it. But what I'm getting here is it's probably not what you think it is, and it could very well be a trap. Okay, we've got Five of Cups as well. Five of Cups is showing like disappointment, because the number 5 is all about change, and that can involve losing some stuff. It can involve leaving some things behind. So yeah, there can be a bit of a feeling of disappointment. So it could be disappointment from trying to go through this opportunity, or disappointment from realizing it's not really something with your best interest. So do be careful about this, okay? Keep an eye out this month, okay? We've also got 10 of Cups. We've got 10 of Cups, 6 of Pentacles, and the Fool. What I'm getting, okay, this is coming to me right now. Do not focus so much on this whole thing. Even if it's already happened, if you've already been disappointed, understand that this was not your only option, okay? Remind yourself that this is not the only option that you have. This is not the only stepping stone, that you have to take to get to where you want to be, okay? This is a stepping stone you want to avoid, okay? Just remind yourself that this is not the only stepping stone that exists, okay? There are other ways, all right? There are other paths that you can take, and that's through your own existing network, okay? 10 of Cups. All right, so 10 of Cups can be related to family. It can also be, related to the connections that you have with others. 10 of Cups is also about celebrating, okay? Celebrating. So, connect with the people that are close to you, connect with the people that are, you know, within your network, and also celebrate with them. I got this message, like, you should celebrate with them for, you know, their own victories. When they are victorious, when they accomplish something, celebrate with them. Yeah, that just came to me. So keep that in mind as well. Okay. Six of Pentacles. You will be getting help from other people. Okay, these two together also kind of confirms that, yeah, you will be getting help as well, from other people. So seriously, don't focus so much on this. You know, the temptation might seem really great, but it's not worth it. Okay, it is not worth it. Don't go through with it. And if you already went through with it and got the disappointment, just remember, you know, you've got other people that have your back, other people that you can connect with, that will help you. Okay. All right. Also, we've got the Fool. The Fool is saying to, you know, take a chance. Take a chance with these people. Okay. Not with this situation. Okay. Know that you, like I said, this is not the only stepping stone that exists. There are other stepping stones. Okay. So find those stepping stones and take that leap forward. All right. However, Knight of Swords reversed is a warning not to get a little too impatient, not to get a little too hasty. Okay. You're probably very like ambitious and you just really want to get things done. And that might also be why you are like so heavily tempted by this opportunity, or this situation, because, you know, it just seems like a shortcut. But yeah, understand that things will come together in due time. Things take hard work. Things take time and energy and planning. So don't be impatient, okay? Go with the flow. All right, enjoy the process. Okay, it's not just the result that's important, it's also the process. Okay, so don't get too hasty, don't try to jump the gun, don't try to jump ahead. Yeah, be careful, because you might also overlook some important details or some important things. Maybe you'll overlook some stuff about your relationships, the connections that you have. Maybe you need to kind of slow down and take a little more time with those connections. You know, maybe spend some more time with those people, you know, with genuine interest in them and their lives, you know, and their victories. You know, really connect with those people in a very genuine and honest way. Okay. Let's see what we've got at the bottom of the deck. Oh, we've also got Five of Swords reversed. Okay. Five of Swords reversed. So, ooh, okay. Yeah. You might be tempted to kind of like, I don't know, I feel like it's connected with this thing, but you might feel tempted to just kind of like, how do I say this? Kind of like cut your losses and just go for it or whatever. But yeah, it's advising you not to do that. Okay. And ooh, this just came to me. Be careful about burning bridges with people. And that might be referring to these people, the ones that, you know, the ones that are, you know, in your circle. Be careful about that. But yeah, definitely back out of this situation here, if you haven't already. Okay, don't go through with it. It's gonna cause you some trouble. All right. Okay, let's get to the oracle cards for group number 2. All right. So I've got the oracle cards here. As I said, with group number 1, I'm gonna do the Dark Mirror oracle card first. Okay. Because this one tends to get a little bit heavy, so I like to go with something a bit heavy and then, you know, do something more empowering, encouraging afterwards, so it kind of leaves you in a higher mood. But yes, so the Dark Mirror oracle card, we've got Forgetting Oneself. Oh my god, I literally was just talking about compromising your morals. And we've got this card, Forgetting Oneself. This is pretty freaky. I mean, I really shouldn't be surprised. I see this stuff all the time, but it still amazes me when stuff like this happens. Okay, so I actually haven't pulled this particular card before, but I'm gonna read what it says. Okay. Let's see. Time as an eternal present, not fleeting but locked. No progress is no regress either. Eating the lotus flower, numbing our identity to go by the sound of a music that was never ours. Oh my gosh, yeah. Wow. A modern Adonis, an ancient Hermes, a grown-up Cupid shrined by laurel, myrrh, and lotus. He is the welcoming allure of the present moment, the warm embrace which numbs everything else. Like Bacchus's wet kiss, if you let go of the pleasure and of the pain, if you let go enough of your identity and of the context you live in, then you will just feel better. It is what happens when you fall asleep, when you take refuge in the arms of a loved one, or when you watch a movie slumped ungraciously on a comfy couch. Sometimes, however, it asks for more. It takes more out of you. More of yourself to be forgotten, to feel just a little better. And maybe the twisted idea that if you forget everything, then you will actually really feel better. Forgetting everything, letting everything go. Not just as a moment of rest, but as a jump in the dark. It is like vertigo. You stand on the edge of the precipice, and a little part of you wants to jump, but it is just a moment of rest, a moment of pause, a moment of uncreative selfishness. So what? Let it be and sleep soundly. Wow. So this particular thing, it's... Ooh. If you go through with this, it is definitely going to be taking a piece of yourself away. Like, you might be thinking like, oh, you know, it's okay, you know, it'll be worth it. But this is saying like, no, like you are going to be like leaving behind a piece of yourself, you know. There are certain decisions that you make that change you. And you really need to think it through if this is the kind of change that you want to make. And if you have already made this choice and you're regretting it, I'm not saying that it's not possible to, you know, turn your life around to, you know, make better choices. But just, you know, keep in mind that, yeah, this is something that you have to deal with. You have to face the consequences of it, right? So just keep that in mind. But yeah, there's definitely a call to be honest with yourself, like really be honest with yourself, and be honest with the people around you as well. Ooh, some serious deep thinking for group number 2 this month. All right. Now let's take a look at the goddess oracle cards, okay? So we've got Nyx with secrets, oh my gosh. And we've got Ceridwen with the keyword potential. Okay, I might have said that wrong. I apologize. I don't know all the different goddesses, so please bear with me. But let's take a look at the first one with the Nyx, with the keyword being secrets. Ooh. All right, so this is the alignment message, okay? The goddess of the night, mystery and secrets, Nyx, asks you to ask yourself a deep question about denial. What secret have you kept from yourself? Could you be remaining in a relationship that isn't working for you because you won't address the fear of what will happen if you leave or do things differently? Have you been afraid to ask for what you need? Are you in an addictive spiral, thinking one more bite of food or one more glass of wine will make you feel better? Oh, yeah, that makes sense. This could also be about addictions. This can also be related to addictions. Okay. So, of course, this isn't going to be exactly the same for every single person that picks this pile. This could be related to a lot of different things. But yeah, this can be addiction to even like things like unhealthy food. It can be addiction to drugs. It can be addiction to alcohol. It can be addiction to coffee. You can get addicted to anything. It can be an addiction to certain TV shows or whatever. All right. Okay, let me get back to what this is saying here. Okay, whatever it is you are refusing to face, the goddess Nyx promises if you do, you will be amazed at the beauty of your liberation and power. She offers you this alignment task for you to engage in rigorous honesty and self-evaluation, coupled with a fierce self-love and commitment to growth. Be optimistic, because the moment you are willing to name your unease, you claim your inner peace, strength, and hope. You can do it, okay? So, wow, oh my gosh, this really, everything just connects so, like, I'm just amazed right now. So yeah, this is saying that, yeah, you need to get real with yourself. You need to get real with yourself. And through that honesty, you will be able to liberate yourself and renew and restore your power, your personal power, through this liberation. Okay, so don't be afraid. All right, these cards are sending a very important message. This is like a wake-up call. This is calling you to step up to the plate and make those choices that you need to do. Make those changes, all right? There's something that you've been, you've kind of let continue. Maybe this is something that's been continuing for a very long time. And maybe this is the month that, this is your time to really break free from that and be able to move on a better path, all right? Okay, the second card, let me get that one up. All right, so we have Ceridwen. Okay, this one is also reversed. So let me read the alignment message, okay? Now remember, the keyword is potential, all right? When you become complacent in your comfort zone, you run the risk of never moving beyond where you are. Your true potential remains dormant and inaccessible. This may feel like a vague boredom, an envy of others, or an anxiety accompanied by a sense of low self-worth, reinforced by habit or an addiction to feeling like life will be amazing for everyone else but you. Or in so many cases, it's just been trained into you after generation upon generation of repression and conformity. The goddess Ceridwen comes to remind you that it's time to course correct. Your alignment task is to turn this around by releasing all judgment towards yourself and others and reclaiming those dreams you seem to have lost. Write down those dreams and set your intentions. Then look in a mirror, imagining that you're looking into Ceridwen's transformative cauldron, and say them out loud as if they have already happened. You are so much more than you allow yourself to be, okay? You are so much more than you allow yourself to be, all right? Only good will come of your growth. Your dreams and cherished desires are important to the divine. The way is simple and profound. Just say yes with gratitude in your heart, and the goddess Ceridwen will lead you to discover your highest good. Okay, wow, this is a very powerful message. Yeah, talking about being complacent in your comfort zone. So maybe this, yeah, maybe it's an addiction or whatever, this compromise that you're making, it feels comfortable to you. Maybe not to everyone listening in on this reading, But for some people, if this is something that has been going on for a while, maybe, yeah, it feels comfortable, okay? But it's time to move out of this, whatever it is, okay? It's time to be real with yourself and say, no, we're not gonna go through with this. No, I can't do this anymore. Okay, no, this is not a good idea. This is, I am not going to compromise myself. I'm not going to compromise my morals anymore, or I'm not going to do it, okay? And if you feel like you're not good enough, understand that there is so much more potential to you, and that this particular issue, whatever it may be, this is actually holding you back, okay? Oh, and this just also came to me, like, now that the possibility of it being some kind of addiction came to me, this card, Ten of Cups, can also be saying that you need to get in touch with people that are close to you for support, okay? If this is some kind of addiction that you are struggling with, get in touch with the people that you know you can trust and you know care about you, okay? Get that support that you need. Have people to hold you accountable, okay? People that you trust that can hold you accountable, and, you know, not with a harsh judgment, but being like, hey, you said you're gonna stop doing this. Hey, you said you're gonna break out of this. So let's keep going. Let's stay focused here. You need some people to cheer you on, okay? Wow, oh my gosh. Wow, okay, so we have a few more cards, okay? We have the essential oil cards that I pulled. So just give me a moment. We're gonna go through these, all right? Okay, so we have deal with the keyword being clearing, okay? We've got, this is supposed to be a respiratory blend of essential oils. Keyword being breath, okay? And the other one, we've got a focus blend with the keyword being empowered, okay? So the first one, keyword being clearing, the, oh, I should explain this as well since it's group number 2, all right? These cards, they have both a trigger statement and a true statement. The trigger statement is a statement that is tied to your negative beliefs, your limiting thoughts, okay, limiting thought patterns, things that are holding you back. And the true statement is aligned with your true self. So you can use the true statement as an affirmation. All right, so the trigger statement for the first one here, with the keyword being clearing, the trigger statement is none of this matters. Okay, that's the trigger statement. Okay, so maybe you're thinking that none of this really matters. Maybe you're thinking that, you know, it's like, oh well, whatever, I'm doing this already, you know, it doesn't matter, I've already done it. Or it doesn't matter, I've already made the choice, you know, it's too late or whatever, okay? That's not true though, okay? The true statement is, I am clear. I am clear, okay? You can pull yourself out of this, whatever it is, okay? That is your true statement. I am clear, okay? Now there's a part at the bottom of the card that I'm going to read. Feel as any external energy is cleared from you and your space. You are energetically pure and can focus on the task at hand. Okay? So don't let this whole thing cloud your mind. Okay? Now for the next one, the keyword being breath. Okay? The trigger statement is, I can't breathe. The trigger statement is, I can't breathe. The true statement is, I open up to all possibility. Okay? Maybe you're feeling like you're being suffocated. Maybe you're being suffocated by the situation. Maybe you feel like you're being pressured to make this choice that, you feel goes against your morals. Okay, maybe you're feeling that. Maybe you're feeling that pressure, or maybe you just feel like there's no way you can get out of this. Okay, the true statement here is I open up to all possibility. Okay, so anything is possible. Things can change. There is so much power in the present. Okay, so stop focusing so much on the past. Understand that there is so much power in the now. Okay, the part at the bottom of the card, it says you are ready to let go of the suffering so that you can take in new possibilities. Release so you can receive. Oh my gosh, let me read that again for you. You are ready to let go of the suffering so that you can take in new possibilities. Release so you can receive. Okay? Damn, this feels like a really heavy reading. This reading has been very heavy, but you know what? I feel that there's going to be people that really needed to hear this. But yes, understand that things can change and you can let go. You can let go of the suffering. You can let go of the pain. You can let go of the pressure, of this, and you can heal. You can open yourself up to new possibilities. Things can change. You can course correct to put yourself on a better path. Okay, now for the last oracle card, all right, the keyword here is empowered. All right, the trigger statement is I don't want to be here. The trigger statement is I don't want to be here. Okay, the true statement is I am exactly where I need to be. So maybe you're feeling very uncomfortable. Maybe you're feeling very uncomfortable, because you are being pushed to make this change, and it feels very uncomfortable. It feels very unpleasant. But this is where you need to be now. You need to be pulling yourself out of this. Okay? Let me read the part at the bottom of the card. You are ready to allow the energy from the divine and Mother Earth to fuel you as you fulfill your potential here. Potential. Okay? Talking about potential. Saradwin is reminding you that you have potential. Untapped potential, okay? You are ready to allow the energy from the divine and Mother Earth to fuel you as you fulfill your potential here, okay? So, I don't know if you are religious or not, but there is a universe. The universe is full of power. The universe is full of love. You can receive that love, that healing, that clarity, that motivation that you need to make this very important change in your life. Okay? Wow. And this just also came to me, yeah. 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords reversed. Yeah, this is definitely about cutting something out of your life. This is definitely cutting something out of your life. Yeah, so it could be addiction. It could be some kind of temptation. But yeah, wow, that was very... Wow. That was a very heavy reading. But yeah, group number 2. If this resonates with you, please write in the comments below. Let me know that you picked this one. Let me know how you feel about the reading, how it speaks to you. I would really appreciate it. Also, feel free to share this with your friends and family. Share it on your social media if you found this video helpful. Thank you so much. And yeah, let's move on to group number 3. Okay, so this is for group number 3, the people that picked card pile number 3. I'm going to begin with a tarot reading first, and then we will get to the oracle cards. The stone that was placed on pile number 3 is labradorite, which is one of my personal favorites. It's just so pretty, so pretty. All right, let's begin then, shall we? Okay, so I got focused for group number 3. I've shuffled the cards. Let's see what we got here. All right. Pentacles, 7 of Wands, 8 of Cups reversed, Knight of Swords reversed, Queen of Swords reversed, 3 of Cups reversed. Oh my gosh. Okay, Knight of Pentacles, and 8 of Wands. Okay. No major arcanas here. No major arcanas, so this is gonna be yeah, nothing too crazy, but there's definitely some smaller inner workings here. Okay, 4 of Pentacles and 7 of Wands. Maybe you feel like you have to protect yourself from others. Maybe you are trying to protect your pride. Maybe you have a little bit of a wounded ego right now. Maybe something that you were hoping was going to go through, and maybe it didn't go through and it failed. Or, yeah, you had some kind of disappointment. Maybe you're feeling a little bit confused about which direction to go in your life right now. This could be career, not necessarily career. This could be relationships as well. It could be a lot of different things. But yeah, maybe you're just feeling kind of down and you're kind of doubting yourself. And so as a result, you're also very guarded, you know, trying to protect yourself, maybe protecting your time, maybe trying to protect your energy, maybe trying to protect your money. You know, protecting, there's a lot of a strong need to protect yourself. Also with, yeah, 7 of Wands, you might feel like you have to defend yourself against a lot of people. Maybe there are some people that you feel are very jealous of you, or maybe there's just some people that, you know, they don't want to see you succeed. You know, or maybe not necessarily, maybe it's just people that you just don't agree with, that you just don't see eye to eye with, and you feel like you have to defend yourself. But yeah, there's definitely, I'm getting a bit of a wounded soldier vibe from these cards in particular. But the Knight of Swords is telling you, Knight of Swords reversed, I should add, Knight of Swords reversed is telling you not to make any drastic decisions right now. Okay, your mind is probably kind of all over the place because you're still kind of processing a lot of things right now, and you know, your emotions are in a little bit of disarray as well. Also, yeah, Queen of Swords reversed. You're probably feeling a little bit snappy as well. That kind of comes with the need to like protect yourself and, you know, the, you know, wounded pride. So you might get a little bit snappy with people around you, just because, you know, you're trying to protect yourself. You don't want anyone to try and hurt you, and so sometimes you might say things that will hurt them instead. You know, kind of like a hurt them before they hurt you sort of mentality. Yeah. Also, 3 of Cups reversed. Oh my. Maybe maybe some people that you trusted really disappointed you. Maybe some people that you trusted really disappointed you. Maybe there was some sort of betrayal that happened. Or not necessarily a betrayal, maybe someone just did something that really, really upset you, really rubbed you the wrong way. And you don't feel safe with that person anymore. You don't feel like you can trust them. So you feel the need to protect yourself. I'm also kind of getting a sense that maybe you haven't properly communicated with this person yet. Maybe you've just been very cold towards them. Just giving the cold shoulder and being like, well, they can, you know, figure it out. But I don't think that this is the best way to go about it. I don't think this is the best way to go about it, okay? So we've got Knight of Pentacles and we've got 8 of Wands, okay? Knight of Pentacles tells me that you can continue on with things in your life. Knight of Pentacles also telling me that you need to bring back some structure. You need to set up some boundaries. Maybe there's a certain lack of boundaries, and maybe that's why, you know, some things happened that you weren't okay with, that actually got you very upset. I'm getting a feeling like, maybe you haven't been communicating things very clearly, and as a result, you know, maybe that person doesn't even know that you're upset or that you're hurt. Maybe they didn't really realize like how bad it was or how big of a deal it was for you. So if you haven't communicated with that person, maybe that's what you need to do. Maybe you need to kind of lay out some boundaries, you know, lay out the foundation. You know, just let them know what your boundaries are and what's okay for you and what's not okay. And, you know, be like, hey, you know, you did this the other day and that actually really upset me. That actually made me very upset, you know? Let them know. Let them know. Don't be just hiding away in the shadows and just being, you know, angry and bitter and like full of, you know, disappointment and, you know, without actually talking to them. If you have not communicated with this person, then yeah, that's what you need to do, okay? Eight of Wands though tells me that you will be able to move on from whatever this is. I don't really feel like this is like a huge thing. Maybe it'll feel like it's a really big deal for you. But in the scheme of things, I don't feel a very strong energy. It's just an upset, some kind of misunderstanding, some kind of conflict with somebody that could actually very easily be resolved. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. So if there is, you know, maybe this is something that happened in January, I think, yeah, you know, whether it happened in January or not, it's definitely calling you to communicate with this person and just kind of lay out those boundaries. And, you know, if the person is not someone that you would want to continue to interact with or have in your life, then take it as a lesson learned to be, you know, more clear about what's okay for you and what's not okay, so that situations like this doesn't happen again, you know, with other people. All right. Ooh, bottom of the deck, we've got High Priestess. Okay, so it's easy to get caught up in how you feel. It's easy to get caught up in how you feel. You know, of course, it's very natural to feel the need to like protect yourself and be guarded. But don't let paranoia, don't let anxiety and you know, disappointment and things like that get in the way of you actually listening to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Intuition is not going to give you a message that's going to make you afraid, okay? Even if it's something like a warning, like, hey, watch out for this, it's not going to make you feel scared. It's not going to make you feel fearful. It's going to make you feel prepared, like, okay, I know that I know what's going on here, okay? Remember that, okay? It's not about fear. It's not about worry, all right? Listen to your intuition, okay? Maybe when you're talking with this person, really pay attention and, you know, be intuitive when you're talking with this person to see if they really are being genuine with you or not, okay? That's what I'm getting here. Okay, well, let's move on to the Oracle cards, all right? Okay, so we're going to begin with the Oracle cards now. I'm going to start with the Dark Mirror Oracle cards because they tend to get a little bit heavy. This is basically pointing out an underlying issue that you need to confront this month. And for this one, we've got anger and chains. So perhaps you have a lot of really suppressed anger because you're not communicating your feelings well enough. You're not communicating your boundaries well enough. And so you just kind of bottle everything up. You kind of bottle everything up, and you don't want to end up exploding on somebody at the wrong time and, you know, say things that you'll regret. You don't want that to happen. But let me take a look what this book has to say for anger and chains. force channeled outside, unreasonable, undirected, but powerful. I've got to break free. I want to be free. Anger is not the road to clarity. It's not a controlled effort or a cold dish. It is raw, primal, explosive. It is the loss of reason, the loss of restraint, a bomb burning bright in black color, a wax seal carefully crafted to be immediately broken. But anger is also freedom. How can you break a single thread woven with a million others? How can you unfetter yourself from a bad situation, letting all the rest unchanged? It doesn't work like that. When you need to break free, you need to shake and shout, and more things will be broken than just what you want to hurt. They are like a bundle. You can target, but you cannot choose. Break many to break one. Save one to save many. Okay? Ooh, all right. So if you feel like you have a lot of repressed, pent-up anger, this is saying that you gotta find a way to like let loose somehow. And I'm not saying to blow up to the people that have hurt you, but you definitely need to find a way to channel that anger in a way that is healthy and non-destructive, so that when you can finally come to communicate with this person, you are calm, you are collected, and what you are saying is clear and profound, okay? Because if you really want to get a message across, you want to be able to say it well and not in a way that's very emotionally charged and could potentially really hurt somebody and ruin chances of reaching an understanding, okay? So keep that in mind. But yeah, if you're really, really upset about this, you need to find a way to let that anger out. So you can write a journal. Maybe, you can do some strength training, do some kind of workout or exercise that really helps you, exert yourself, let out all that energy, let out all that anger and all that rage in some kind of physical activity that is, safe and non-destructive. But yeah, you really need to find a way to get this out, especially before you go to communicate with the people or the person that you have an issue with. Yeah, that will definitely help a lot. Okay, I'm going to move on to the Goddess Oracle cards. Now for this one, for some reason, I felt the need to pull 4. This is the most I've ever pulled for any of the groups in this video. All right, so let's see what we got here. Okay. We've got Parvati with the keyword devotion. We've got Lei Tzu with the keyword being revelation. Ooh, these are all reversed. Yeah, they're all reversed. We've got Branwen with the keyword forgiveness. Ooh, that's an important one here. Okay. We've got Sophia with the keyword divine wisdom. All right. So let's go through these then. Okay. Okay, so first one is Parvati. Okay. Let's see what it says here. All right, keyword is devotion. All right, so yeah, these are all reversed. So here's your alignment message, okay? The goddess Parvati comes now to offer her help because blind faith in others isn't serving you, and devotion to something undeserving may be showing up in your life. Ask yourself why you are so committed to someone or something you know deep down will fail you. Are you afraid of seeing things as they are? What if you let go and allow a higher force to guide you to the right people, places, and things that are in your highest good? Can you remember when the devotion to this ultimate spiritual partnership was reciprocated? Consider what happens when you place your attention only on money, status, ambition, and power. The world becomes narrow, and you lose connection to a higher existence and your greater good. The goddess Parvati offers this alignment task. Get your spiritual life in order. Make prayer and meditation part of your daily routine. Act as if you believe that what is for you won't go past you. and that what must proceed will do so without your interference. You will be amazed at how everything falls into place. The goddess Parvati reminds you that you are so loved and cherished. Okay, blind faith in others. Perhaps you had too high of an expectation for this person or these people. Maybe you have yourself to a certain standard and you expect others to follow through on that, but this is how the world is. Not everyone is the same. Not everyone is going to follow those same standards that you hold yourself up to, okay? Perhaps you are relying too much on other people and not relying on yourself enough. Not relying on your own power. Maybe not relying on the universe enough either. It's saying get your spiritual life in order, make prayer and meditation part of your daily routine, which I feel it connects with the High Priestess. That's the card at the bottom here, listening to your intuition, okay? Don't be just so focused on what's around you, you know, who has this, who has that, you know, who has this connection, who has, you know, wealth or whatever, you know, who has this kind of status. Don't be so focused on the material things, which, you know, there's nothing wrong with paying attention to that because we are living in a three-dimensional world, like, come on. But you are neglecting the spiritual aspect of your life too much, and maybe the month of February is calling you to reconnect with that, okay? Now for the next one, we've got leads with the keyword being revelation. So let me get to that one. Here's the alignment message. Sometimes life throws you a curveball and it feels like you've been hit by lightning. Perhaps a romantic partner betrays you suddenly. An illness strikes someone close to you. A job you expected fell through. The new employee turns out to be a dud. Or you get a huge tax bill. No matter what the subject, your task is to pivot and course correct according to the needs of the event. Even if you don't understand what's happening, don't second guess yourself, okay? Don't second guess yourself. Listen to your intuition, okay? Some things are not meant to be predictable, and detours may be exactly what you need. Loss or bad news aren't the only options in this situation. You may have just been offered something you've always wanted, such as a proposal from a lover, a better job, or the chance to move. Your tendency might be to try to control the circumstances or worry you may not be prepared for the change. The goddess Lates reminds you that the great goddess will never give you more than you can handle. Your alignment task is to surrender to what is in front of you. You can do this, okay? Okay, yeah, so there's some kind of disappointment. So yeah, this may not necessarily be related to people. I mean, like I said, this is a group reading, so this can be many different interpretations for different people. But yeah, if it's not like a relationship, something, maybe something just fell through. Like I said earlier, a job or a project or something that you had high hopes for didn't go through. And yeah, you feel kind of wounded about it. Maybe you're feeling very defensive. You know, maybe you're kind of doubting yourself. Yeah, like I said before. So this card is saying that, you know, sometimes we lose things. Sometimes things don't go through the way we want them to, because there is actually something better for you that is coming. So, I know this sounds kind of cliche, but do your best to stay positive and believe and expect that something better is coming your way. Okay, remember, if one door closes, another door opens. Okay, so don't think that this is the end of the world. All right, now for the next one, we have Bronwyn, with the keyword being forgiveness. All right, so give me a moment here. All right, so here's the alignment message. Sometimes we unintentionally cause hurt or pain to others. Oh, okay, I feel that's tied to that anger and chains card. Also the Queen of Swords reversed. Sometimes our motive, sometimes our motive really is to hurt. Now is the time for self-inventory and making amends. Your alignment task is to be 100% accountable for your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, motives, and actions. You are not doing this, however, to experience forgiveness from someone else or even from yourself. It's to have the strength and fortitude to be accountable and take responsibility for your actions. In this way, neither guilt nor shame can take root in your heart. You stand empowered and humble with your head high, no matter the consequences. You will always be the beneficiary of such an act. The goddess Branwen says deep healing comes from this kind of courage and respect. Okay? So perhaps there's also a role that you had to play in this disappointment or this conflict. It could be the lack of communication. It could be other factors as well. Whatever comes to you, whatever you feel is your truth, what is going on for you in your situation. Okay, so you will need to be honest with yourself. All right, don't just be blaming it on the other people, but take a moment to really factor in how you affected the situation and how you have affected others. Okay, maybe even though someone has wronged you, maybe the way that you have been treating others because of that anger that you have, that's something that you have to be accountable for. All right, so yeah, very important point that this makes is that by holding yourself accountable and taking responsibility for your actions, this is going to empower you so that you have no room for guilt anymore, because you're like, yeah, I did it. I know it was bad. You're being honest. At that point, yeah, there's no room for guilt because you see through it all. You're like, yeah, I understand. I see the truth here. I see the truth. I understand. I know where I went wrong. I know where the other person went wrong as well. Okay? So you're giving a chance to really clear the air, not just with other people, but with yourself internally, so that you can really move past all of this and really move forward. Okay, 8 of Wands here, really move forward. Okay, also Knight of Pentacles. Remember I said setting up boundaries, laying a foundation, bringing in structure. Okay, so maybe you are this can also be talking about holding yourself accountable, being honest with yourself, so that you can lay a better foundation, a solid foundation for yourself, so that you can move forward, being empowered and ready to take on the next phase in your life, right? Okay, now for the last one here, we've got Sophia with divine wisdom. Okay, so let me get to that one. Okay, so here's the alignment message. When you are disconnected from your higher power, you begin to believe that you alone are the source of abundance in life. It is wise to commit to a conscious and deliberate daily connection to a higher power. Again, with the High Priestess card, okay, this is all about divine wisdom, intuition, being in touch with your higher self, with a higher power. Okay, the unknown, secrets, mystical things. Okay, when you forget to do this, you may place too much attention on materialism, work, money, goals, and the like. The goddess Sophia reminds you that it's the spiritual aspect and the invisible aspect, the essence of your desires, that means more than the form. You may be mistaking something false for divine guidance right now. It's time to come back into alignment and receive the true divine guidance, divested from wishful thinking or ego attachments. Opening to the wisdom of the mystery of the universe is your alignment task now. Let the goddess Sophia guide you to your magic. The most meaningful and beautiful expression of yourself is waiting for you. Okay, so once again, there is a calling to get in touch with your higher self, get in touch with the universe. So spend some time meditating. If you're religious, spend some time praying as well. There's definitely a call for that. Okay, and yeah, like I said, you know, the paranoia, the anxiety, you know, the emotional cloud that you might be in regarding this situation. Okay, don't let it blind you from your own intuition. Okay, you've got to clear the air, get yourself grounded, and reconnect with your higher self. Okay, reconnect with the, you know, higher power, to get that divine wisdom that you need. Okay, that's going to give you so much clarity. All right, now we're going to move on to the essential oil oracle cards. All right, okay, so for this we've got awaken. Okay, yeah, we've got liang liang. The keyword is awaken. We've got encouraging, an encouraging essential oil blend with the keyword being motivation. We've got myrrh with the keyword being support. Okay, so these cards are a little bit different. They have a trigger statement and a true statement. So a trigger statement is a statement that is tied to limiting beliefs, negative thought patterns, things like that. The true statement is aligned with your true self, and this is something that you can use as an affirmation if you want to. Okay, so for this one, the keyword is awaken. The trigger statement is I don't know what to do. Okay, I don't know what to do. Maybe you are just feeling very like your hands are tied, like you don't know what to do. You have so much anger, you're very upset about something, you're very disappointed. You're like, why is my life like this right now? I don't understand. I don't know what to do. Okay? The true statement here is every moment is a new opportunity. Okay, every moment is a new opportunity. So you can use this as an affirmation to remind yourself that every moment is an opportunity. Okay, you might not be sure what to do right now, but understand that there's so much power in the now. Yes, so the bottom portion of the card here says, take time today to engage your senses and create. The tension that has been dividing your head and your heart is leaving. Take time today to engage your senses and create. The tension that has been dividing your head and heart is leaving. Okay, so again, there's this really strong need to express, to get that anger out, to, you know, communicate how you really feel. You need to let this out. Okay, so you can do this by engaging your senses and creating. Engaging your senses, like I said, physical activity, you know, creating, maybe writing out your feelings, maybe doing a painting, some kind of outlet to really let out, you know, those emotions. Okay, now for the next one, the keyword is motivation. The trigger statement is I don't know where to start. Okay, I don't know where to start. Okay, so yeah, we have I don't know what to do. We have I don't know where to start. So you kind of feeling like you don't know what's the next step, what to do, where to start. Okay, the true statement is I take action now. Okay, so again, every moment is a new opportunity. I take action now. Okay, things can change right now. It's entirely possible because, like I said, there is so much power in the present. Okay, there are things that you can do. So the part at the bottom is the bottom of the card. It says you will find clarity and the ability to create now. This is your time to make things happen. You will find clarity and the ability to create now. This is your time to make things happen. So again, with creating, figure out something to do to get those feelings out, okay? And so you can properly communicate with the people that you need to talk to. Now for the other one, the keyword is support. The trigger statement is I am not supported. Okay, maybe you feel, like with the Three of Cups reversed here, maybe you feel like you're not very supported by people that are supposed to be supporting you. Okay, maybe you had like I said, maybe you had, you know, too high of a hopes on these people. Maybe you cared about them more than they cared about you. You know, this isn't necessarily for everyone listening on this reading, but maybe for some of you, okay? Maybe, yeah, you cared way too much for this person and they didn't feel the same way. Not necessarily romantic, but you get what I'm saying. The true statement here, okay? The true statement is, I move forward with divine grace. I move forward with divine grace. This is very, very important, okay? I move forward with divine grace. So again, with the embarrassment, the whole wounded soldier energy that I was talking about here, you can move forward with divine grace, okay? Whatever happened here, it does not reflect your value. It does not reflect your worth. You know, we're all human. We all make mistakes. You know, we all, you know, put our hopes into something that really isn't serving us, you know, and sometimes we don't realize it until it's too late, okay? It's okay. We make mistakes, but it's all a learning process, all right? So, you know, if you're feeling really embarrassed, you know, if you're feeling the need to defend yourself all the time, you know, that wounded pride, understand that you can move forward with divine grace. Like, this is not the end of the world, okay? It's not the end of the world. You know, life goes on, and, you know, 5 years from now, you probably won't even remember this, okay? 5 years from now, this won't even be a big deal to you anymore, okay? All right, we have take comfort and know that you are supported. Nurture your inner child and connect with the earth. Take comfort and know that you are supported. Nurture your inner child and connect with the earth. So we have inner child as well as creating, okay? Talking about creating, talking about inner child, talking about connecting with your higher self. So yeah, maybe there's some things that you need to do. Maybe there's some like fun activities that you need to do that you haven't done in a very long time and they really mean a lot to you. Maybe you need to reconnect with those as well. That'll kind of help you reconnect with yourself. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this reading, group number 3. I hope you all found this helpful. If you picked this one, please comment below. Let me know what your thoughts are. Let me know if this resonated with you, and if you found this helpful, please, pretty please, share this, okay? Share this with your family and friends. Share this video on social media. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and let's move on to the last group number 4. All right, so we are now with the last group here, group number 4. Those of you who picked card pile number 4, we've got the stone here, shungite, sitting on top of this pile. This is a really good grounding and protection stone. Apparently it's also used for purifying water, which I find very interesting. But yes, this is a wonderful stone. Before we get onto the oracle cards here, we are going to do a tarot reading for group number 4, you know, for the month of February. All right, so let's get started with that. Okay, group number 4, I got focused up for you guys, and I just finished shuffling the cards, so let's see what we got here. All right. Okay, 6 of Cups, the Emperor reversed. Ooh, this showed up in the first group's reading. Knight of Wands, 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, Strength reversed, Judgment, ooh, 5 of Wands, reversed, okay. We've got 6 of Cups and the Emperor reversed beside each other. Combined with the Knight of Wands, I feel like this is saying, you know, don't be so attached to what you think how things are supposed to be. Don't be so attached to that to the point where you can't see any other way that things could be done, okay? You have a lot of ambition, you have a lot of drive, okay? You have a lot of resources as well. You are actually in the process of building something up, whether it's a project or some kind of thing with other people. Maybe it's a new business. Maybe you're working on finding a new place to live. But yeah, there's this, you know, this kind of sense of like need to control the situation, and you know, you're very tied to what you feel that, you know, what you feel is it's supposed to be, okay? I'm also getting a sense that this could also be related to problems with the father, or maybe some other male authoritative figure in your life. Maybe it's not a male person, maybe it's a woman that has very masculine energy. But for some other people who are listening, maybe you're having, you know, you're just not seeing eye to eye. And you know, Six of Cups is also about nostalgia and memories, so perhaps you're kind of dealing with that right now. There's kind of that, a lot of thoughts kind of going through your mind related to this particular thing. But I do see you moving forward. Like it's kind of like it's an obstacle. It's definitely an obstacle that's kind of in your way right now, but it's, the energy from this is not very strong though. I feel that you're actually kind of in the middle of transitioning over, like you're kind of in the process of letting this all go or moving on from it, whatever it may be. So yeah, those are just some different interpretations that I'm getting here. So some might apply to you, some might not apply to you. It really depends. Yeah, Four of Pentacles. Yeah, again with the whole like wanting things to be a certain way. You know, you're trying to protect your memories. You're trying to protect you know, the things that make you happy. What makes you happy? You're trying to protect that right now. We've also got Strength reversed. Perhaps the person who was supposed to be strong for you was not. And maybe you're still clinging to those expectations. And maybe still clinging to that disappointment. Maybe you're relying too heavily on someone. Maybe you're relying too heavily on someone and you're not really being strong enough for yourself. Because that's what you need to be. You need to be carrying yourself and moving forward. We also have the Judgment card, which is calling you to take a closer look at this, you know, these past memories, your relationship with, you know, with someone who maybe has a lot of influence in your life. Maybe it's a, you know, male figure in your family. Maybe it's your boss, maybe it's a teacher. What are you trying to protect? What are you trying to protect yourself from? These are questions that you need to ask yourself. Are you being fair to yourself, and are you being fair to the people around you? We've also got Five of Wands reversed here, which is about, you know, conflict. Not seeing eye to eye. Okay? Not seeing eye to eye. Difference in expectations. Defensiveness. Okay? Defensiveness. Yeah, it seems like there's some conflicts going on with people in your life right now. There's yeah, expectations are just not aligned with each other. You know, with different people, their expectations are just not aligned. You are trying to build something though. You are trying to build something, but you've got all these different things that are like distracting you. Let me see what's at the bottom of the deck here. Ooh, okay. So we've got King of Pentacles reversed. That can, King of Pentacles can, in reverse, can be a little bit selfish, a little bit self-serving. Can be a little bit greedy too. Maybe you need to take a look at yourself, not just the people around you, but take a look at yourself and ask yourself, are you really being fair? Is this thing that you're trying to protect, whatever it may be, is it really with the best intentions? You know, think about how is it affecting others. Don't just think about, you know, why you feel the need to protect whatever it is. Also think about how doing so is affecting others. Is it fair to them as well? Okay? Think about these things. Think about these things. Because I feel there's unfairness on both sides, not just on one side. It's on both sides. There's not just mismatched expectations, like expectations that are out of alignment. There's also like a clash of desires. Okay, not just expectations, but desires. You know, what is your goal? What is that person's goal? You know, are they conflicting with each other? Is there a way that you can compromise? Okay, because yeah, I'm sensing there's a little bit of selfishness on both sides. You're both kind of wanting to defend what's yours, or what you think is yours, or what you want to have. Okay, so there's a little bit of a, you know, protective feeling. There's you know, and it's also tied to you know, nostalgia and memories. Like it's tied because it's personal. That's what I'm trying to get to. It's something that's personal. So feelings are a little bit strong about this because it's something that is personal for everyone involved. So it is a little bit of a touchy subject, but you have to kind of pull yourself away from that, like pull away from the emotional attachment to those things and really look at it objectively. Okay, your judgment. How are you judging this whole situation? Are you just judging it from your own perspective, or are you trying to judge it from multiple perspectives? Okay, if you can do that, then you might have an easier time working things out with other people. If you don't spend the time doing this, then yeah, you're definitely not going to see eye to eye, and it's just going to be continued conflict, and it might hinder the things that you are trying to get off the ground right now. Okay, but yeah, King of Pentacles reversed. All right, so you know, be honest with yourself. You know, it might not just be you. Okay, it's other people as well. But yeah, there's a little bit of selfishness, a little bit of greed, this feeling of needing to protect something, but you really need to evaluate your reasons behind it. And is it really worth protecting, or can there be another option? Okay, so we're gonna get into the oracle cards for this reading. All right, so let's get started. Okay. Okay, so for group number 4, I'm going to start with the Dark Mirror card, and this is going to reveal the underlying issue here. And we've got Masquerade. Oh my. Masquerade. Masquerade is, you know, putting on a face, putting on a mask, to hide how you really feel, to hide what your true intentions are, to make yourself presentable. Maybe not necessarily to manipulate others, but to just make yourself presentable so that you can fit into the situation. Maybe you're not being fully honest. Maybe people around you aren't being fully honest about what they want or why they want it. Because yeah, there's like, I feel like there's these hidden motives. And a lot of it is ego driven. Some of it is with good intentions, but it's just not being executed in the best way. Okay, And some of you, maybe you really do need to protect something. I'm also just getting this message right now. Maybe you really do need to protect something. And and I'm not saying based off your ego, if you're really going by your intuition here, okay, not your ego, your intuition. If your intuition is really telling you that you need to stand your ground and protect what you need to protect, then by all means do it, okay? So that's just another message out there for those that need that, okay? But yes, Masquerade, let me read what it says for this card. What I can't have forever, I will have for a minute. What I can't have for a minute, I will hold to me for 1 second. Under the guise of Cupid, I will come to you. Under the guise of a thief, I will fly away. So there's, yeah, a hint of manipulation going on here. There's often guilt in taking the mask of Don Juan or Don Juana. The seducer is not a master of love, neither of manipulation. He is the master of the ephemeral, of what is fleeting and brief and transient to the extreme. He is the master of the moment, and as such, he forgot all other kind of eternity. There is guilt if you care, because you are not building. There is guilt out of loss, because you are not treasuring. There is guilt out of indifference, because when you don't care, you cheat yourself of meaning and value. Sometimes there is guilt in selflessness, in the desire itself, in everything leading to pleasure, as if the only pleasure that can be sacred are only those labeled as such. The masquerade is a dance. It is a road that goes in circles and ebbs and flows, and always ends with the first light. Before the time comes, hold it tightly. When the time comes, let it go. I feel like there's this message saying, yeah, you need to figure out what is worth holding on to and what is worth letting go. Is it really that important? And if it is really that important, then definitely hold your ground. You know, stand up for what you believe in. But if it's not, if it's for selfish reasons, if it's, out of greed, out of, coming from a place of, the ego, and I mean in a negative sense, then yeah, maybe you shouldn't be doing that, Masquerade is all about the fleeting moments. So maybe this particular conflict, and this might not apply to everybody, but maybe this particular conflict, it's just for the moment. It's not really something that's, it's not really something like that important. Like you really have to figure out what your values are and where you stand. Don't just be there for that exact moment. Because a lot of things can be very fleeting. And if this is something that is just, for the sake of feeling good, for the sake of winning, for the sake of being right, is it really worth the conflict? Is it really worth it? Think about that, okay? So yeah, for some people, you might have to think about that, all right? Again, if any of these things don't apply to you, don't worry about it. Some things might apply to you, some things might not apply to you, okay? This can, like I said, this can be interpreted in multiple different ways, okay? All right, so next we are going to take a look at the Goddess Power Oracle cards, okay? So we've got Morgana, Death and Magic. And we've got Epona, Wise Leadership. Okay, leadership. Interesting. All right, so let's see what it says for Morgana. All right, so this is reversed. So here's the alignment message, okay? Magic is everywhere and in all aspects of life, including death, dying, decay, and what is dark and hidden deep within our very natures. Yet in our modern culture, we spend so much time in denial, concocting ways to avoid death, refusing to allow nature to be true. We've lost so much wisdom as a result. You're being invited to address the areas in your life that no longer serve and that need to die, without a promise of what will take its place. Do you need to walk away from someone, a way of behaving or thinking? Like the caterpillar who has no idea how to be a butterfly, you must surrender to the process of metamorphosis. You must make room for the miracle while at the same time not demanding certainty. The magical death goddess Morrigan offers you the alignment task of self-inquiry. What death are you resisting now? What darkness do you need to bring to awareness? How has fear ruled your choices? Who could you be if you had the courage to look at life on life's terms? Your magic is so much stronger than you think. You can do this. Your dreams depend on it. Morrigan will be with you every step of the way. So yeah, again, do you need to walk away from someone, a way of behaving or thinking? So maybe, yeah, for some of you, there might be something that you're just really clinging to it. Maybe not necessarily a memory or something personal. It could also just be a belief. It could be a belief that's tied to something that happened to you as a kid. You know, maybe something happened when you were a kid and you just grew up with this belief related to that, and you defend it so strongly, and it creates triggers as well, because, you know, it brings back the pain or the memories, and, you know, you feel the need to protect, you feel the need to defend yourself no matter what. Perhaps there is some aspect that you need to let go of, okay? Some kind of realization that you need to come to here. Ask yourself, what are you in denial of, okay? What are you in denial about, okay? Ask yourself this question. Get to the root of it. How has fear ruled your choices? That's another important one that jumps out at me. Okay? How has fear ruled your choices? Because from this need to protect, there's also a fear that comes with it. I sense that. And, you know, it might not apply to everyone listening, but yeah, for some of you people, maybe you have been making choices based off of fear. And, you know, fear is a natural response in an effort to protect ourselves. But when we are controlled by fear, then it becomes very negative, okay? It's not really helping us anymore. It's hindering us, okay? All right, let's move on to the next one with Epona, wise leadership, okay? Wise leadership. Here's the empowerment message, since this one is upright. Stepping into the world with a sense of surety and positive self-worth is what's called for now. Epona, the Celtic Roman horse goddess of leadership and guidance, offers you her wisdom. Know that you have what it takes to heed it. You can do anything you place your attention on, and you'll find it easy to accomplish what's needed for your intentions to take form. Whether you are aware of this or not, the way you manage your accomplishments and even the way you handle failures and losses is modeling the way forward for others. There is a wisdom growing within you. Being true to who you are and placing integrity and humility equal to enthusiasm makes you a wise leader indeed, one that the goddess Epona is so proud of. Okay? So perhaps you are all, maybe some of you are fighting against, you know, what you know is not how a leader should be. Maybe some of you are fighting against that, and this is an opportunity for you to set an example, to show what real leadership is, okay? Maybe for some of you, it's a way to turn things around, okay? So that you're no longer reflecting, you know, the King of Pentacles in reverse. Instead, you're a King of Pentacles upright, okay? Someone who's generous, someone who's giving, someone who, you know, isn't clinging to things and being selfish and, you know, maybe a bit stingy, okay? And, you know, this is just for some people. Maybe it resonates with you, maybe it doesn't, okay? Maybe you're learning, maybe by seeing these things reflected in somebody else, you are pinpointing, this is not the kind of person that I want to be. And so you're taking note of that. Okay, it's helping you define who you really are. Okay. All right, so we've got a few more cards left here. We've got the essential oil, and for these ones I picked 4. I felt the need to pick 4 for group number 4. So we've got digestive blend. Pay no mind to this. These are, I mean, unless it resonates with you, these are like essential oil blends, okay? But the keyword for this one is processing, okay? The next one we've got bergamot, or bergamot. I don't know how to pronounce this one. But the keyword is expansion, okay? Then we've got a renewing blend. Keyword is forgiveness. Oh, interesting. Okay. And the last one is cedarwood, with the keyword being connection. Okay. Now for these cards in particular, they have a trigger statement and a true statement. Okay. So the trigger statement is a statement that is tied to limiting beliefs. So beliefs that are hindering you, beliefs that are holding you back. It can be negative thoughts, okay? And then it has the true statement, which is the statement that is aligned with your true self, okay? And some of these can be used for affirmations if you feel that it resonates with you, to use as an affirmation. So let's go through these, okay? So the first one, the keyword is processing. The trigger statement is, I am so worried, okay? So again, with the fear, okay, feeling the need to protect something, okay? The true statement is, I have the solution, okay? I have the solution. Maybe there's a solution that you have not discovered yet, but it's there, it's hidden within you, and you just need to find it, okay? Slowing down and listening to your inner voice will provide you with direction and purpose, okay? Listen to your inner voice. All right, now the next one, we've got expansion. Okay, the trigger statement is, I am not enough. Are you feeling like you're not enough? Maybe that's why you're also overprotective. Maybe you feel the need to, maybe with the strength reversed, maybe that's partially what it is. Maybe that's also reflecting on feeling like you're not enough and that you're not good enough or you're not strong enough, okay? The true statement is, I love myself, okay? Don't be so caught up in what your value is, what you offer, what your skills are, what you bring to the table, and actually just love yourself, okay? Just love you underneath all the flesh and bones, you underneath, where you are in the world and where your placement is. Okay, just your bare soul, okay? Your tender heart is in need of care. Know that your body is here to help you experience a miraculous life. Embrace it, okay? Your tender heart is in need of care. Know that your body is here to help you experience a miraculous life. Embrace it, okay? Now for the next one, we've got keyword is forgiveness. The trigger statement is, I did not deserve this. Okay, so maybe there's some feelings, maybe related to someone who has been, not very understanding, being very selfish. Okay, I did not deserve this. All right, that's the trigger statement. Here is the true statement. The true statement is, I forgive. Okay? I forgive. Allow the labels of judgment to disappear. See the situations and individuals through your heart. Forgive yourself. Allow the labels of judgment to disappear. See the situations and individuals through your heart. Forgive yourself. Okay, so we've got the judgment card here. There's a lot of judging going on. There's a lot of judging going on, like, oh, that person shouldn't have done that. I wouldn't have done that if I was them. how could they do this? Okay? A lot of judgment. Allow the labels of judgment to disappear, okay? See the situations and individuals through your heart, okay? So coming from a place of compassion, coming from a place of understanding, okay? And you know, even if the other person doesn't really have a good reason for what they're doing, understand that they are probably hurting too. All right? Now for the next one, keyword is connection. The trigger statement is, it is too much. Maybe you're feeling like the situation or the topic it's too much, and maybe that's why you're also a little bit defensive and a little bit protective. Because it feels it's you're very sensitive about it. Okay, it might be a very sensitive situation. I am grounded in my body. That's the true statement. Okay, I am grounded in my body. Use your empathic abilities. Use your empathic abilities to connect with others. Discern the information you receive and do not take on what is not your own. Okay, listen again. Use your empathic abilities to connect with others. Discern the information you receive and do not take on what is not your own. Okay, so, you know, tune in, be empathic, connect with others, really try to understand, but at the same time, okay, at the same time, listen to your intuition, okay? Because not everything that the person is going to say to you will resonate with you. Not everything that the person says to you is necessarily the truth, okay? You know, it might not be your truth, all right? So understand that, and you know, you don't necessarily have to be like you're wrong, but just listen, discern, and just let the stuff that does not resonate with you, just let it go by, just let it go past you, okay? And hold on to the things that do resonate. All right, okay, well, that is pretty much it for this reading. Group number 4, please comment below, let me know how you felt about this reading. Did it resonate with you? What are some things that resonated? Let me know in the comments. And also, if you found this video to be helpful in any way, please do share with your family and friends, share on your social media. I would really appreciate it. Thank you so much, and yeah, all right, until next time. Okay, everyone, so that's it for my very first pick a card reading for the month of February. I hope you guys found this helpful. Once again, if any of these resonated with you, let me know in the comments, which one did you pick? How did it resonate with you? How did you feel about the reading? All the feedback is super helpful. I'm very excited because this is the first time I've done this, and I definitely want to know, like, how did it go for all of you watching? Thank you so much again for watching this video. Please share with your family and friends, share on social media if you loved this video. Don't forget to drop a like. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube yet, click on that subscribe button. Definitely do that, and hit the notification bell as well. If there's a lot of interest in this, I might do more, actually, maybe one for every month. I think that would be really cool. Also, drop a follow on my Twitch channel, because I do tarot readings once or twice a month live on stream, and those streams are just really amazing. You can check out some of my previously archived tarot streams here on my YouTube channel. Also, if you are interested in getting a private reading from me, you can order through my online shop. The link will be down below. All of my social media and stuff will be down below, so go check that out. Follow me on all of my other social media as well. I do a lot of different kinds of content. Definitely check it out. Thank you once again, and I hope you all have an amazing February. All right, love you all. Bye-bye.